Hey family, welcome to this episode of Reminisce Podcast, where we come to explore the journey of healing, growth, and finding our way back to ourselves and each other. As you know, I am your host, Jay Tache. Y'all, listen, it's been a great day, okay? I'm accompanied by a sister that I have known that used to whoop my butt, I ain't gonna lie, pick my pocket on the court. We used to hoop in our youth. We've been knowing each other a little while, and so many accomplishments that I've, from afar watched her just. She is just blossoming, okay? I am joined today by Kaneesha Tensley of Youngstown, Ohio. Kaneesha, tell people a little bit about you. I know, I asked you to be on here because there's so many layers to you. And as you mentioned when you got here, she was like, girl, we can talk about whatever you want to. I'm like,
let's go.
Green light. Yeah, like, okay, cool. You are a mom.
Mm-hmm.
You also are Boardman's first ever Black police officer.
Yes.
Cause how does that feel? On top of other accomplishments, we'll get there, but just doing that, how does that feel?
Well, I always tell people it was my accident and his purpose.
Ooh,
because I didn't do it to seek out to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know, to be honest with you. The only reason why, one of the main reasons why I became a cop is because I was a head basketball coach at Cheney High School for the girls, and I got so frustrated with seeing some of the kids, not knowing their rights, and then I realized that I didn't know my rights. So, something go down in their family, and like they like, well, my Uncle Pete, he did that, and I'm like, your Uncle Pete was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was such a culture within, and they taught the wrong thing. So one of the main reasons why I did it is just so that I would be able to be in a position to help them and to tell them and to teach them.
Educate.
We were sitting in the police academy one day, and they asked us a question: how can we, as a people, as cops, continue to go on being unbiased when it's the same people committing crimes? And so, my first thing was like education. Education has to be the thing. At the end of the day, the only people in this room who know the rights for everybody is the people sitting in this room. And it's so crazy that we know the rules, but it affects everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, you know what I'm saying? And I said, well, in order for me to figure it out and learn, I said I had to join you.
Come on.
So
now, that's like evidence of be the solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to see a change in the world, you're supposed to step out and create it, put it in there, and do your part.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like that's why I started Reminisce too.
Yeah.
Like just the healing and the open conversation and the, having tough conversations that people usually run away from, especially our families and things like that.
Yeah.
I spent so much of my early adulthood up into now my 30s healing and trying to figuring out what I was even healing from and all these other things, and wishing for my own family or my own circle to be on the same healing journey as me, or at least to understand why it's important for us to heal. And I'm like, I can talk about it till I'm blue in the face. So I went from going into therapy to being in school, getting my bachelor's degree in therapy now. And then it's like, why not share with everybody else? If I want change to happen in my community and around me and the conversations that I'm having and everywhere to change, I got to change the conversation.
100%.
Step into it. I admire that.
Yes.
Okay.
I admire you.
Yeah, girl. I said what? Now, I knew she was part of the police situation, but I did not know that you were the first Black police officer in Boardman. I think that is
it was definitely, like I said, it was an accident. Some people, definitely try to just like, no, why you gonna do it?
I was wondering, did you have any opposition while you was making that decision?
I definitely did, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
I'm a person that's like, once I didn't say it, then I'm about to do something.
You do it.
Listen, I got to. So it's been a great pleasure. Boardman has 100% been treating me well. work is work. Yeah. Everybody got stuff to happen at work.
Where it is. Yes.
You know, so, but for the most part, I can say that they definitely have been taking care of me. I really enjoy the chief. Yeah. Chief is always, he makes sure he has my back with, not no favoritism or nothing like that, but like he shows up for me. Yeah. He makes sure he asks me about my son and how I'm doing and stuff like that. Yeah. So and I'm not the only one he does that to. He takes that care. So I really do. I really like
it's something about working under a good leader. Yeah. I have had I've been in a lot of different fields, and I'm not talking about little jobs, honey. I've had multiple careers. Yes. Hello? I have. And it's something to have a leader, someone that's in the leadership position that actually is leading. Right. When you got someone in a leadership role that isn't doing what leaders should be doing, it makes the whole house fall. Yeah. So I know that he's irreplaceable in that regard. Yeah. Like it's important, especially in your field. Oh yeah. You gotta feel safe. You gotta know somebody is gonna be looking out for you for real. Yeah. I mean, you really do. I mean, even on the on the aspect of being out on the street, but also, the bureaucratic and the policies and stuff like that. You're not creating stuff that's going to be a hindrance for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the policies, my God, today. Like every job has a policy. Yeah. But, people won't be paying attention to that. We won't be paying attention to the policy. They be like, can I come to work or I can not come to work, right? You be good and you be sitting there and you be chilling, you know what I'm saying? But no, when you're in the police work, those policies, them is like, those are like life and death. You know what I'm saying? You really need to know what is going on just as much as you do know the law. Because these are all the things to protect you. You know what I'm saying? If I go out and you definitely don't ever want to, mess up and not protect someone's Fourth Amendment right. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever want to do that. That's like really big. And for everyone who doesn't know, what is the Fourth Amendment right? I don't know. Kaneesha, I knew you was going to do this. Stop playing on time. I don't know what that Fourth Amendment right is. Yes, you do. No, sure. Tell the people what it is. I don't want to tell them. Google it because then they go, I don't know. We're going to have to Google it then. I don't know what that mug is. Let's look it up together. Okay, my phone's over there. Let's go. Let's look it up. Come on, Fourth Amendment right. You ain't about to hand me. I am not a cop right now. You turned that off? Yeah, I'll turn it off real fast. I turn it off real fast. Like, girl, no. What's the number to 911? Yeah. I don't know verbatim. This is the reason why I personally, even like when I'm reading somebody the Miranda rights, I'm like, no, I'm going to read the right stuff because I have my degree from being a lawyer. I have my Esquire through Law and Order SVU. Through Law and Order SVU? Yeah. Okay. But your Fourth Amendment right protects people from unreasonable government searches and seizures. That's a neat thing. Got it. So, in a nutshell, it protects you from searches and seizures. So I can't come up in that mug and be like, get out your car. Let me see what's in there. Right. I got to make sure I'm doing things within due regard and the totality of the circumstances and certain things like that. So, Is it hard? Was it hard to like get from going to police academy and then to where you was that really hard? It's a mind thing, you know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I'm a civilian essentially, right? I'm on the civilian side. I don't know any of my rights. I don't know any of the laws for real. I mean, besides this, like the Bill of Rights when I was little or something like that. But essentially, you really don't know. And when you really read into it, you find out that the state laws of Ohio, it tells you literally, this is what you can do. If you do any of these things, this is what you're going to get. It's kind of set up like the Bible for real. Okay. Do you get this? You do this? You get this. Okay. This is what you have but when you get this, it's not necessarily something, it's not without a trial or something like that. Okay. But you're going to be charged with this. And then at that point, that's what you have to fight to figure out what you're going to do. Right. So, it was difficult to learn that and to process it because it's a different language essentially. Yeah. But that's why it's so important to know those things, and that's why I pull out my phone and I be like, no, let's read it together. Let's read it together. Yeah. You know, they say you should have, like a little printout of your rights, like in your glove compartment somewhere, in case you don't know them. You should. You can just pull it out. You should. I probably should get one. See, a lot of things that irritate me. Okay.
It's a couple of them. One is just like, you only doing this because I'm black. I can't stand that. Can't stand it. It irritates me. It instantly shows your ignorance because what am I, a duck? What am I?
Am I green?
Am I green today? And I didn't know.
Yeah.
So it immediately shows, ignorance, unfortunately. Yeah. And even with, Black Lives Matter and those different types of movements, like, I'm not, saying that those aren't worth it, because they are. There's a lot of stuff that we definitely should stand for. But you need to make sure that you are really, really getting your rights down. Yeah. Stop going on TikTok and looking at stuff. I tell people that all the time. I remember, you pull somebody, hypothetically, you pull somebody over and then they start saying, well, you're not allowed to tell me to get out the car. I seen on TikTok and it's like, and they start sprouting off all these numbers and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I asked one simple question. Hey, was the sun out when you was watching that video? Was the sun out? What did the person have on a tank top and shorts? Did you see palm tree? It's because it wasn't in Ohio. Right. You have to follow Ohio law. Because that's where you are. That's where you are. You can't quote and watch these TikTok videos of people in California and think you're about to get the same stuff. Every state has their own revised code that you have to follow and you're supposed to know. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's very important. And every time I pull people over, I try to educate. I pull you over. This is the reason why I'm doing it. And this is what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? So that you can understand. And this is the reason why it's legal for me to do this. Yeah. Like I had a lady... But girl, she said, you ain't allowed to be in here, but she had a roommate. I said, your roommate let me in. I could be in here if I want to. Right. She's like, well, I guess so. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I didn't go into your personal space there. No, okay, then guess what? I can be here. I can do what I want to do. And then she just like, well, you're not allowed to ask me for my ID. Oh, actually, I can ask you to do whatever I want you to do. If you're going to do it, then that's going to be on you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You have the choice. If I ask you for your ID and you give it to me, then thank you. But I can ask you what I want to. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's any human being. Yeah. If I ask you to jump up and down and bark like a dog, you can decide whether you can decide, and that's with or without the uniform on. You see what I'm saying? So, I like to stand for certain things, and I like to educate. I don't seek to hurt people or anything like that. I just want to educate, while I can, and help people feel just a little bit more comfortable. I love that. Yeah, that's all. And then show people, Black folks, we love everybody. Oh yeah, police or not, I couldn't see anything else from you. Yeah, right. And you were in the service. I am still in the service. Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were retired or if you were still active. Tell me a little bit about that, because you already had the background. So it makes sense. I know. I feel safer already. You're silly. So me joining the military it was a journey in itself. It goes back a bit, some time before then. But I'm a sergeant in the Army right now. And my job is a utilities repairer for now. Okay. Because I'm trying to change that. So what that means is that it's HVAC. So I actually got my HVAC license. I can do HVAC in the real world if I really wanted to. But okay. I don't want to do that. So I do have my license, but I don't want to do that. Go ahead. Me joining the military is a dream come true for me. It really was. I told you, I was married. Yes. And I got divorced. Well, we're gonna talk about that. Well, that leads into the Army story. That leads to you hear those movies where like they just like. You left your husband, join the Army. Goldie Hawn, she was the one who created a movie like that. But anywho, it's going to kind of lead into that. I essentially wanted to join the Army while I was married. Okay. When you are married, you have to get consent from the spouse to join. So you can't just go in there and join. They have to sign and say, okay, this is okay. Got it. Well, he said it was not okay, which means that I could not join. We'll leave that. We'll pin in that part. So,
because she in the Army at the end of the day.
Yeah. So, once I got divorced, there was a lot of things that I had to do within myself. I was 100% overweight. I was about 250, 260. So, I actually went to this gym and they were doing some kind of special. We give them $200. Okay. You do their program for 6 weeks, and at the end they give you your money back, or you can use it for your next month's membership. Oh, okay. And so he's like, I do it like this so you can have skin in the game. And after my divorce and the stuff that happened in my marriage, we'll talk about it. It really had me depleted. You know what I'm saying? So I was sitting in that chair and that man was talking. It was like 3 of us in the room. I was just sitting there talking, and I looked at that man and he said, "You need a skin on the game." And I looked at him and I said, "Dang, how low of a person do I have to be to have to pay you to bet on me?" Ooh. And that's what I said to myself. It was like God just like, what a word. He came to me. He just like, "You got to pay him to bet on you?" So I told the man, I was like, "Listen, give me 3 weeks." I said, "If I can't do this myself in 3 weeks, I'll give you the money." Yeah. So, I went on the journey and I was real strict. I'm about to get back on it. Ooh, take me with you. But listen. I mean, I like the way and how I look and how I feel right now. But it just be like, I just want to tweak up some things. A little bit. But I lost, almost 100 pounds so that I could join the Army. Wow. And when I did, I was so excited. And, my mom's in too. She's still in. She's been in there for almost like 35 years. Wow. So, it was really like a dream come true. My whole family is in, to be honest with you. Yeah. So, all my siblings except for my sister is in, but her ex-husband was actually in and everything. So it was fun. But it just was a dream come true to be able to learn. Basic training was very fun. Missed my son. Fun. Yeah, I got the best sleep when I go away from the Army. Man, people be all the time say, "Oh, you just get screaming in your face and then it's just like, yeah, but you bought the experience, so it's okay." They screaming in your face, but I'm getting paid, right? Yeah. It ain't for free. I'm getting paid. Okay, they paying me. They paying for me to live here. They feeding me real bad. Yeah. So it's a very great experience. I'm telling you, I got some of the best sleep in the Army. There's 2 times in my life I got some good sleep. When I was pregnant and in the Army. Listen. Because it makes you prioritize you. Yeah. And you end up with some good sleep. I'd be like, you know what, it is 7 o'clock. Let me go ahead and lay down. Let me go lay down a little bit. But also, going through that experience, it actually made the police academy a little bit harder. Because when I was away for the Army, I was just a soldier. I was a mommy and all of that stuff, but these are things that are separated. Like, when they pick you up and they take you here, you know what I'm saying? And so I was just a soldier. 2 things. Yeah. Right. Well, I didn't have to be mommy and all that stuff. When I was in the police academy, I still had to be mommy every day. I was going through college too. So I was in college twice because I was in the police academy and graduating and was getting my bachelor's at the same time. Wow. So but I had to be mommy. I still had to take care of like my grandma. I still had to, they were paying me to go to the police. That was something new. Boardman actually hired me. And they paid for me to go to the police academy and paid me when I was in the police academy. I was the first person that they did that for. So, but yeah, that was an experience. But the police academy, to me, in my eyes, it was harder than the Army because I still had to I had to still be me and do that. Yeah. So the double dutch of it. Ooh, couldn't imagine. But it's great, girl. Yeah. And I joined the Army at 28. So everybody in the mug was young. Because they go in there when they're like 18. They're 18 and 19. And they just do too much. That's another thing that made me be like, I'm 32 now. They all going to be 18, 19. They're not going to be tired. I'm going to be sleepy. Well, you don't be tired. Well, see, but you got to remember something. Let me tell you something. When you go into the movie theater, right, and you go watch a Kung Fu movie, what you come out doing? That's right. See what I'm saying? So we are a product of the things that we put ourselves around, right? Yeah. So when you in there and you see them heifers running up that hill, it's gonna be like, I'm running up that hill too, you know.
But you know what? That I can see that. Yeah. Even when I'm taking like different workout classes or different things in a group setting. Yeah. Those other people, you know, they might not necessarily even be in competition with you. They gonna motivate you too. Like, come on, we can do this. Yeah. And then you find out how much you're capable of. You thought you couldn't keep up with it. Right. I feel that.
Listen, when I put on my Army uniform, I can do anything I want to. I'm a beast. When that I'm telling you,
I didn't thought about different. Yeah. I've talked to other women in the service. Like, I'm in dental, and so I've been doing that for 10 years. You see all of the public, and I get a lot of women from the service that come in there to get they come in with their paper. Yeah. You got to get them all checked up, get them cleared to go, so they can go ahead, stuff like that. So when they come in, I make it a point to be asking questions like, so, and they really be like, they be ready to tell me like, oh, you know, you'll have some that'll be like, don't do it. Hate it. Yeah. And then you'll have some that'll be like, no, we need people. They do this, they do that. The last lady I talked to, she told me that they were paying her like $4 and some change an hour as far as what her job was or something in the service. But her medical care was top notch. Everything that she needed medically, or you know, all that, her insurance is good, or they paid for her mortgage or things like that. But her actual salary was like $4 and some change. And she was just like, you know, we were talking about how veterans are left after being in the service. And I told her that was one of my concerns. Like, most of the homeless people or people that are addicted to drugs and don't have nowhere to go or don't have nothing are people that served in the military. And I felt like, you know, once people have done their 4 years or whatever the contract is and they come back to civilian life, why are they so not taken care of? But she also said that most of them people, they might not have managed things well, or they got addictions while they were in there, and then they became civilians, and now they're addicted civilians that were, you know, so it's not black and white, so I can accept that. Yeah. But why aren't, you know, military people taken more care of when they're done?
So that, like I said, it's a real, can I say, it's controversial, but at the same time, there's so many situations that can occur. A lot of the things that the veterans and stuff that aren't being taken care of now, you know, essentially, it's like, because World War I and World War II people were, unfortunately, they're dead. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot. I think like the last one or two died recently, right? So we're talking about Vietnam and like Desert Storm. Okay. And 9/11. Got it. Okay, so we're talking about Iraq, Afghanistan stuff. So essentially, if we talking about the Vietnam War, there was a lot of that was during the time, if I'm not mistaken, that heroin and stuff was doing good. Like if you ever watched what's the name, Frank Lucas and stuff like that. What's the movie called? What's the movie called, girl? Denzel Washington. Frank Lucas. What's his name? Jesus, whatever it is. Okay?
Don't ask me a name.
Yeah, I know. I told you, I'm horrible with these things. I'm horrible with nomenclature. That's what you call it, horrible. So, anywho, one of the things he was doing is he had his boys that were in the war. It was in the Vietnam War, if I'm not mistaken, and they were the ones, they was using the dead bodies of the soldiers in order to ship the drugs over here. So, you know, people were profiting off of the Vietnam War in more ways than none. Okay. But if you are there shipping, there's a lot of process to get that stuff there. Now you're using and you're trying. You see what I'm saying? You're using and you're trying. So it's just something that's different. There's a lot of drug use and stuff like that. Yeah. Now, once they come back home, a lot of people were unaware of the effects of what war did, of what killing somebody can do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we, as a nation, you know, have just become aware of mental illness. Just as you could say 15, 17 years ago, they locked you up into a mental hospital and you stayed there. And didn't know what to do. And the only thing you was sad. You see what I'm saying? But after a while, that sadness, it'll turn into a whole lot of stuff if you keep getting drugged up and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, so a lot of it is just ignorance. Yeah. Not really understanding everything that's really going on and assuming certain things. A lot of the people that I've experienced, you know, with, PTSD and stuff like that. It's really just now being addressed.
Yeah.
And it just takes time. Yeah. And they want to shift through the people who actually have it and who don't have it. Like, when people look at me and they just be like, they automatically think just because I'm in the Army, I have PTSD. And then I look at them like, from what? But what did I do? Like, I don't have PTSD just because I went to the Army. First of all, I ain't been to war. I haven't done any of that stuff.
So you can't just assume you know something about a person in that uniform.
Right. And then it's just not the Army. This is just worldwide. People getting PTSD from working at McDonald's.
You hear me?
You see what I'm saying? So I think the real thing is, let's look at it as a big picture. Let's stop isolating a certain group of people. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? People need help in general. Yeah, that's just it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of jobs you didn't work that you be like, yeah, no, never again. Yeah. And when somebody crossed that little line, you be like, cross it if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Because you learn how to protect yourself. Absolutely. And sometimes with certain things, people have not learned to protect themselves. Yeah. And it's a step that we have to all learn how to take and how to make and have the confidence to do so. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not Army causes PTSD. Yeah. No, it's just something has happened to you. Yes, you were in the Army at the time, and the Army has been trying to do their best sometimes to fix it. Got it. But, between funds, the allocation of funds and stuff like that, sometimes it just doesn't, it's not black, it doesn't pan out. It's so many different things. Yeah. And somebody else might have a different story. Yeah. But, for me watching my mom these last 35 years and me being in myself, I got brothers that's in, too. I've just been able to see so many things, and not saying that it's not real. Yeah. Even when I'm away, when I'm at the Army and I see the certain signs of someone struggling, I tell. And the Army is real big on you telling. So they can help us. So that you can help you. I've had friends come to me and just realize, like the one girl told her, and she just like, listen, I realized that I wasn't that crazy. And I said, okay, all right. And she's like, I don't belong nowhere like that. And I was like, okay, I'm glad you understand. Learn a lot about yourself over here, huh? Right. But at the same time, this is the same stuff that happens to me in the civilian world too. I've stopped a lot of people when I've seen those signs. So needless to say, it's everywhere. And we just got to be careful. That's encouraging. And I'm going to tell you why. Seeing someone struggling. Yeah. And having the courage and the wherewithal to say, hey, I see you're struggling. Yeah. It's hard to do, especially personally, because I've had many moments where I've wanted to do that in my own life or with my own circle or family members or friends even. Yeah. It's hard to do that when you're in transition because you see someone struggling with something that you very much well could have been struggling with too. For me, it's like, oh, this person's struggling with drinking alcohol every day, day in, day out. But I was partying years ago too and having a good time. So it's once you start to change your life or do better for yourself, I automatically want to share the information. Like, soon as I learn something and I'm like, okay, I got that. I'm immediately wanting to kind of be like, hey, guess what I learned? Right. I share it. You know what I mean? But then you have people who are really struggling and who are in denial about things that they're struggling with as far as substances, alcohol, sex, relationship, mental health, whatever it is they're struggling with. And then they want to ask you like, well, how you going to tell me I'm struggling? Don't you like to drink too? Or don't you smoke weed too? Don't you do this too? And I think a lot of people need to learn, like, if somebody telling you, like, I see you struggling, be thankful for that person to even speak up for you. Because they see something you don't see. And usually when you're in it, you ain't going to see it. Yeah. So I'm learning to have some confidence to do that, but I guess I still kind of be having like a fear, like I guess I'm healing from my own decisions. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if I'm supposed to wait until I'm like, do you wait till you're done healing before you get to speaking out? But I guess not, because I chose not to do that. But you know what I mean, though? Clearly. There's so many layers, though. Yeah. I don't know. I find out that, anytime in my life where I'm able to recognize my gift. When I was younger, my mother, she would tell me, stop listening to all them people's business. They just trying to get a rise out of you, right? But what I realized is that people naturally are drawn to me. Okay? They're just naturally drawn to me. So I would literally be in the grocery store and somebody be like, I'd be like, girl, I just need them. Can you just pass me that? You know what I'm saying? Like that. And they hand it to me. They're like, yeah, this is something. And before I know it, they told me their whole life story. And I'd be sitting there like, man, okay. I really wanted those. That right there. The grapes. But, now that we're here. But there's just addressing that's just, I have that comfortability when it comes to talking to people. And I see them. And sometimes you don't have to say a word. And I'll know. And because I know that, I had to learn how to use that. Because at first I used it for bad. You see what I'm saying? If I know your weakness and I can use your weakness and get me something, then it was beneficial, right? So I had to redo it and repurpose it and try to feed it back into it. And God got after me real bad. But you'll do very well. Just continue to live your life and learn. The best thing I always say when it comes to that is just to listen. I don't assume. I just listen, and I wait for you to tell me, and then I'll go from there and I'll tell you what God told me to tell you. But listening is just the biggest thing, because that's what people don't get a chance to do. People don't listen. So you're doing fine. Your walk and everything that you're going to do, and people coming to you and talking and giving them a platform to be able to talk and say their piece. And a lot of stuff gets worked out sitting down on the conversation. The podcast that I'm on and stuff like that. Oh yes. I've talked through a lot of stuff on that podcast. And my bro Dre, he didn't talk to me through a whole lot of stuff, and I solved a lot of problems sitting on that little couch and in that chair, in that microphone. It's a lot of little things that I discovered about me. And so that's right now I'm really big on self-evaluation. Real big. If I do something to you, you come to me and you be like, this is what you did to hurt me. Boom. Let's first of all, let me address the affliction. And that's what people don't do. They go right into defense mode, real bad. And you be sitting there like, wait. But the only thing I'm saying is, but you gave me a paper cut and I'm bleeding. But you offended me. So you offended me. You offended me though. Yeah, and then let's go. I'm literally dealing with something like that right now. I believe and I've been praying on it, right? Yes. Something that really broke my heart. Hurt my feelings real bad. And not to sound like a victim, but I was wrong. In the midst of me pouring and considering and covering you, and it hurt me. And I am still growing and healing. And so my reaction to the affliction, I was mad. Throw the most. I was mad, But I didn't hurt anyone, but I know my energy carries. It's like a fist on its own. I ain't got to do much. I don't got to say much either. For it to. Okay. You ain't changed since the YMCA. Stop! So I'm learning not to be there. Okay. But I'm still growing. I'm healing, as you should. And I'm learning how to be slow to anger. Right. But I guess the devil know how to get to you. In the situation that occurred, it made me feel unstable or made me feel like my children weren't going to be taken care of in a moment. And it took me to a place. Although you were wrong, I didn't have to respond that way. And still to this day, this same person hasn't even been like, you know what, I did wrong, I know you got mad and you probably shouldn't have been that mad, but you didn't take accountability for what you did to get me there. Let me tell you something. I took accountability for me. I hate that I got that angry. And I hate that. And it wasn't like I was being or calling names or doing any of that. It's just the fact that the anger that was boiling in me spilled. And I hated that it even spilled. But you still was wrong. When you gonna say you was wrong? Listen, let me tell you a story. Now we're about to go back. We're about to go back to my marriage and my divorce. Okay, we gotta go there anyway. We're gonna have to go there anyway. So, if anybody's watched the podcast or anything like that, I was married, right? Yes. But during my marriage, I was being physically abused. Okay. People didn't know. I was being cheated on. Okay. People didn't know. I rolled with the punches, you know what I'm saying? Literally. And a lot of people wouldn't know. They're like, well, look how strong you are. Ain't no way you didn't. It's like, listen, when it's somebody you love, it's something different. You go into that you go into that place because a lot of emotions that people can identify anger, people can identify sadness, but one thing that people can't identify is hope. When you have hope that things is gonna change, you gotta think about let's go to faith, right? Where there's hope, there's faith, because it's the start. It says faith is the things hoped for, and think okay. So now we got that. When you strike hope. And you have the hope, now your faith is engaged. And with faith the size of a mustard seed, right? All you need. That's all you need. You can move mountains, right? So now you hoping in this person to change. It's engaged your faith, and you got the faith the size of a mustard seed or as big as the ocean, and you're just hoping to change this person, and it's not going to be it. You know what I'm saying? So when I was going through that and everything, once I came out of it, which is when it led to us being divorced, you know what I'm saying? After I had enough, one thing that I had to engage within myself, there's two things that I learned for sure, off the top of my head. One of the reasons why you got mad is because you 100% felt wronged, right? But sometimes if I was to picture this as a cup, right? I got a cup right here. I gave my ex-husband control over my happiness, right? But what I didn't know is when I gave him power over my happiness, I gave him control of my sadness too. So now we got this cup. And so I'm going up and I'm going down. I'm going up and I'm going down. I'm going up and I'm going down. And they're like, well, why are you so mad? Or why are you so sad? And it's because he didn't fill my cup with happiness. And it's like, oh man, you look so happy. And I'm like, yeah, because he helped fill my cup today. Fill my cup today. Oh man. And so now, me being the person I am, I refuse to do that ever again. The only people who are allowed in my cup are me and God. Because God don't want me to be sad. And so I make sure that I do everything to do, whatever I got to do to keep my cup full. But with God, it's always full, right? Overflowing. Now, the next husband or the next man that God brings into my life, he could be the overflow. He could be the thing that makes the cup run over. You see what I'm saying? But he will never be the substance therein. You see that? See that? And that's what we got to do. And at the end of the day, that's just something that I had to learn. And the next thing that I had to learn, because now I'm mad. I was mad, right? Everything he did to me, it's some messed up stuff that man did, you know, not to get too sassy. I could imagine. But one thing that God, he showed me too, he was like, all right. He's like, all right, would you want somebody? You got your daughter, right? If I was to go up to your daughter and beat her tail for something that she did, you going to be mad, ain't you? You going to be real mad. Yeah. Right. Right? Yeah. Okay. As you should be. Because first of all, why don't you come talk to me? Tell me what she did. You ain't supposed to put your hands on my child. Right. That's the same thing with God. That's his kid. So whoever made you mad, it's not just a simple fact that you're owed the apology. You have to keep your hands off of it and talk to God about it because that's his child. It ain't yours. You ain't supposed to chastise his kid. It ain't your job to chastise him. Yeah. You tell God about it and let it work. And let it handle itself. That's what keeps me calm. Yeah. That keeps me the calmest that I am. Yeah. Because literally, you are that if I put my hands on you, that you was going to beat me up for beating your daughter, right? You was going to tear my tail up, right? And that's what happens. We get in trouble because we trying to chastise his children. Come on now. So that ain't your job. Go tell him about it. Tell your daddy. Tell your daddy. Okay. Tell your daddy. Okay. You get me? Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Tell your daddy. Let him fix it. And I do well at it. I believe you do. I do. You're much better than what you give yourself. I'm really patient. Good job. I am really patient. What kind of patience? Because you know this level's patience. I think I'm very patient. I think you are right. Yeah. It'd be level. I'm very impatient. Yeah. When it comes to certain I used to be a lot less patient. Yeah. I used to have expectations for people that they didn't even have for themselves. Impatient. Listen. So I've learned to really no. Shoot. And even with men, I'll tell you in a second, I'll be like, listen, I don't expect you to do nothing that I don't expect of myself. If I want me a house and I want you to buy me a house, I'm going to buy my own house. Y'all want a diamond ring? I'm going to buy my own diamond ring. Okay? Not out of spite type of thing, but I need to understand the work and the sacrifice it takes to get the things that you about to give me.
So I know what I'm really asking you.
And I'm going to appreciate it. So it's not like I'm not going to sit here and tell you in your face, oh, you ain't got to buy me no W Rayen, go buy it myself. No, that's not what I'm doing. But I'm saying before he gets here,
I'm already happy.
While I'm in preparation, and while I'm preparing myself for him, so he know I'm going to make sure that I grab it myself.
This is how she coming, this is how she live already. Right. So if I can't at least keep her where she is or give her more than where she's at, I ain't gonna leave that woman alone.
You need to leave me alone. It's important for you to leave me alone.
Why they don't leave you alone though, Kaneesha? Why they come shake you up, bother you, and no doggone well
they ain't ready.
They ain't got nothing on the list that they supposed to be coming with to the table. Now, and you knew you wasn't gonna be able to hang with me. So why would you come over here?
But see, this is the thing too. You knew too. We knew too.
But that patience, I guess some things it's harder to have patience with.
It's hope. I told you it's that hope. You be sitting there looking at them, you be like, ooh, I think you could be. You could be. And you be hoping.
With my help.
I'm
gonna be able to help you.
But see, that's my problem. I got a fixing issue. And so I've been addressing my fixing issue.
Problem.
So I know that he is who he is supposed to be when I feel like I ain't gotta fix him. As soon as I go into fixing mode, I be like, no, we good.
Cause that ain't my job to fix that.
Business.
Come on now.
We not here.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to fix you, which means that I feel like that you're not enough.
Yeah.
So that's okay. We're not gonna work.
Yeah.
We're not gonna work.
And then knowing what's enough for us is one thing. It took me a long time to figure out what I was even worthy of. I spent a long time not knowing that.
I believe it.
And not knowing how to find that or figure that part out,
We all have some sort of inadequacy. Nobody is perfect, Nobody is perfect. So you make your mistakes, you own up to your mistakes. And I'm always for, I make a mistake, I apologize, and then it has to be about a change. You can't say sorry without change.
Yes.
People forget about that. They just want to say sorry and keep on. Sorry means you're not going to do it again. And so I try my best to live by that.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to my son. I tell my son, Mommy made a mistake, baby. I'm sorry. I did not know. You know what I'm saying? And then I tell him, I said, babe, little man, Mommy said sorry.
Oh.
Do you know what sorry means? Yes, ma'am. What does it mean? It means you're not going to do it again. I said, bet your money on that. Mommy not going to do it again. And that's just it. So.
Real apologies come with changed behavior.
It has to. Because if you didn't know, you didn't know. But once you know, you knew.
Yeah. There's mistaken in them choices.
Now we talking about intent, malice, and motive. Anybody got time for that?
That's an episode all by itself.
It is. Intent, malice, and motive. It sounds like a good show for real.
Yeah, we need to spin them.
When I got back home from, and moved back in with my mom after my divorce, I say I had nothing. I literally had to hurry up and go get a quick job at Dunkin' Donuts. And I worked at Dunkin' Donuts in the morning super early. And then I went to work at the school in the evening. Those girls, man, those girls saved me.
Bless you. Yeah.
Man, those girls saved me.
They'll do it. Send them to you.
Yeah. So, with the coaching and the basketball and all of that kind of stuff, it helped me through a lot of the things.
Yeah.
And then from there, I got a job at Quick Med, and I was able to work while I was losing my weight and stuff like that, redefining myself. And then that's when I was able to join the Army. And when I came back from the Army, I was able to I became the first African-American, first woman they ever hired for the skills trades position up there. So I was working on the machines and stuff like that when they were building and building Altium cells.
Yeah.
And then the whole time I was at Altium cells, I went back to school and literally was grinding and working, taking care of my son, working midnights, because the schedule there is like you had, it was 12s, so you worked 7 to 7, And for 1 month he was on nights, and the next month he was on days. And it was very difficult with my son and everything like that. And but I put myself through school during that whole time. I got my degree, and then that's when I seen the opportunity to become a cop. So I took the opportunity to become a cop, went through the school and everything. The whole time, like I said, I was in the police academy and putting myself through college. So I graduated in December of 2023. And then I'm still doing my little cop thing. So right now...
Her little cop thing.
My little cop thing.
I can't.
Then right now, I'm going to school right now and get my MBA.
Come on.
So I walk in October. And then, so it's just been a serious journey that God has taken me through. And like, women, we are so powerful.
You're about to make me cry. And I did good.
You did good.
Time.
I know.
Kaneesha.
I know.
Because, and believe it or not, y'all, this is really our first time getting to know each other like this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know. One, I have no idea what you have been through.
Yeah, nobody did. It's okay though.
But I identify with so much of your climb. And I say that because, yes, I've accomplished some things and had good careers, and I've been able to, carry myself in such a way.
Yeah.
Not all the time. But a lot of people don't know the ugly parts of the things that you had to really survive. All they see is, wow, she did that. Oh, okay, she did.
Yeah.
In real time,
I'm
healing and pressing anyway.
Girl.
And to hear how far you came.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. I do spoken word too. And one of my poems that I created, and I got a whole production and I need to go by it. And one of the name of the poem is I Am Inevitable. That's the name of this literally. And yes, I got it from, was it Iron Man or whatever his name is. But that's exactly what I am. And I tell people all the time, I am not who I am because of what I went through. I am who I am in spite of it all.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we are powerful. Not just women as people, but when we really get our mindset to do some stuff, and we choose us. My mama told me, she said, your son, if you good, your son gonna be good.
Yeah.
And so at first I was just like, well, I need to put him in this. I need to put him in this. I got this.
Yeah.
And then when I really got back and I was looking at it, my son literally looked up at me. He was just like, Mommy, you so sad.
Like her.
Why are you sad?
Oh.
And then I had to take that time to really, really, really get to figure out what I needed to be good.
Yeah.
There is nothing worse than going into a grocery store. I went to a grocery store after my divorce, pushing the buggy and I'm putting stuff inside. I got to the cash register and realized that everything in this buggy I didn't even like. I had shopped everything for him. And that's an identity thing. I was so wrapped up in him. I literally left out of the grocery store crying. Left the buggy right there and just cried. I had to literally take my time to get back to knowing who I was. When I went back in that grocery store, I literally went down every single aisle and was like, you like Golden Grahams?
Ooh.
I was like, yeah, I did.
I forgot I like those.
When I was little, I liked Golden Grahams. And I was like, okay, put that in there.
Put them in there.
Do you like pig feet? Yeah, you like pig feet. That's right.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's that filling your own cup up.
Yeah, to fill my cup. I'm telling you. And then even to the music, I realized I had stopped listening to music. During that time, I literally, on my phone, my playlist is named Back to Me. That's the name of my playlist. It's called Back to Me because I didn't remember all the songs that I like listening to.
Dang.
I was so engulfed.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You're supposed to be engulfed in your husband and stuff, but you're still an individual. You know what I'm saying? You can't be so engulfed that you forget that you can't remember what you stood on. You can't remember what you stand on. So, it was just a different time. But I'm telling you, like, my passion, my heart is 100% for like kids, high schoolers, but it's the beginning of that womanhood. It gets me. That beginning of that womanhood, because I'd be like, listen, you can do it. My basketball players still call me and be like, Coach, one of my basketball players, her mom passed away. And I was the first person she called. And I was like, and this is like 2-3 years later, I'm like, wow, you called me?
Sometimes you leave such a print.
Yeah.
Such an impact, especially, and I'm the kid thing.
Yeah. It gets me.
This right here, this is for these kids.
Yeah.
Yes, it's for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. But when I'm old and gone, these are things that my kids and your kids and they're gonna be able to go back and play it because they're gonna be like, I remember her. Oh, let's talk, and it's gonna minister to them 20, 30 years from now. Yeah. That it's important. When they say the kids are the future, that is real. No matter which generation we're in, it's still a fact.
It's still a fact.
It is still a fact. I have a preteen daughter that I'm pouring into. It ain't no joke.
Listen, I'm scared to have girls.
No joke.
Absolutely terrified.
I got 2 of them things.
When I was 6 years old, I prayed to Jesus that my womb could only produce boys. I was 6. I remember the day. It was sun outside. I'm not lying to you. It was sun outside. I seen the little girl
I started praying too late.
And I said, Jesus, please let my womb only produce boys.
I was pregnant already. I said, Lord, I'm meant to be a boy mom.
Listen.
I'm meant to be outside.
But you got 2 girls, don't you?
2 times.
But
I needed them each time.
But you are, listen, women with girls, y'all is some fierce. Y'all some bad jealous. Because
we wore through a lot of it here.
I just can't imagine replicating everything that my mom taught me and putting it in her. Like that part of it, that's the part that scares me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not to, knowing that your sexuality and what you want to do, that's your stuff. And when you ready, then you ready. And not condemning you when you about to go ahead and start. But I want you to be comfortable enough to come to me when you need to talk to me about it. The building yourself, understanding what your worth is. Don't always let the men be talking about what I bring to the table. You let them know I set my table next to yours. Listen, I mean, it's okay. Like knowing, like, what am I supposed to, what do I have? Yeah, I understand that. Right. But at the same time,
context in which
how they be saying.
Yes,
you be like, bro, hold on, bro. Hold on.
Like, what you mean?
Chill out, first of all.
You want to know what I can give you?
Right.
Like we signing a contract or making a...
Listen, I tell people to this day, like, listen, relationships are the connections that you have with people. That's the definition of relationships, right? But when you're in a relationship, it's not about what you could do for me. It's about what I can do for you. Yeah. It's the servitude. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be serving.
What can I bring that feels something for you and vice versa?
So stop asking me what I bring to the table. Yeah. In your negative context. Because my stuff ain't supposed to serve you. And it's probably a little controversial, but I ain't gonna lie. When I get married again, I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna see. It might be situational, but my regular mind, my little regular single mind, because love will change some stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I want to prenup real bad because I already know who I'm about to be. So I'm like, I need to let's set this. Let's leave this stuff out. Coming with. Right, and I already know who he gonna be. So come on now. Let's see what's gonna happen. Come on now. Let's write this down. Okay. Let's set it out. All right. But we are resilient. Yeah. There's so many things we can accomplish. It is our duty and our light, our whole main purpose is to multiply. Yes. That's the whole point. Whatever that man brings us, we're supposed to multiply it. Yes, ma'am. My girl Kitty on I don't know, Kitty Rose. Is there? I think that's a Kitty Rose. My girl gave the definition. She was just like, there's a reason why God took Adam's rib. She said he took it. She said she didn't want to. God didn't create us from Adam's head because they didn't want us to be equal. That's not how we were supposed to be, right? And then he didn't take us from his feet because we weren't supposed to be trampled on either. He took us from the rib because the rib is a source of support. It's your posture. So we're supposed to hold you up when you can't. The ribs actually protect your internal organs and everything. Come on now. So that's what we're supposed to help protect what's on the inside of you. So that means when you cut that monkey, I'm gonna come to you and be like, babe, that was a better way to do that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a reason why. Because
keep it
they
all
want
in.
our head because we weren't supposed to share the same agency.
The same
He didn't take us from our foot because we ain't supposed to be trampled on either. See what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. So as a woman, it's very important for us to understand what our role and our identity, especially in our certain aspects of our lives. Right. You know, right now, I gotta be mommy. I gotta be this. And I gotta be that. When that man comes, I'm giving it away. You may have it. Take it
in a bowl,
please. By all means, I'm gonna sit right here and look cute.
I swear, straight like that.
Look cute.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna look cute. I'm doing it right now because I got to. But I'm gonna look cute, real cute when he get here.
Real kept.
Y'all ain't gonna know nothing.
I ain't been doing it.
Y'all ain't gonna know nothing.
Been chilling the whole time.
Y'all gonna be trying to figure out who is that girl. I'm like, it's me.
I'm here.
I've arrived. So
I'm here for that sister girl. She gave me a whole word,
girl,
as I knew she would.
You know.
I said, Kaneesha, come on to my show. Listen, this has been.
It's been fun.
It's exactly what I prayed for, hoped for. Thank you.
Yeah, listen.
Just having you here is a blessing in itself.
Awesome.
I'm making history.
All day, every day.
Okay. And God is making it. We're doing a thing.
Yeah.
And it's people like you in episodes like this that's like, we have to do this. We have to share. Yeah. We have to connect. Yeah. We have to be open. Yeah. We have to be able to be like, yeah, I'm going to come onto your podcast and it's not going to take from anything that I'm doing. I'm going to give to you and share with you because someone's going to do the same thing. And we, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it's for, especially up in this little city. Now, granted, I don't know where they're going to take Reminisce, right? I don't know where God's going to take Reminisce. I don't know what his plans for Reminisce are. But until then, I'm going to steward what I'm doing right here in my city.
That's right.
Because I started it for us, for y'all, for them, for this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can go out into the world. People will take something that they done built and cultivated and go and take it across the country. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Sure. But the place that made me and the place that I can say, you know, I want to build this. And in order to do that, we have to do this.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in our city have a hard time with that. And you be surprised when you find out about somebody that you thought you knew. But I knew her. I done learned a lot about Miss Kaneesha. Like, girl, what a woman.
I didn't learn.
Title of today's episode. What a woman. Okay?
God is good for sure. He is good.
Listen.
I couldn't have done anything. I would listen. It was my accident and his purpose because I did not know. I didn't know. I was just following. I mean, then when I feel it, Jesus be like, yep, that's the next turn. I'll be like, all right, I'm turning. Here I go.
Come on now. And you just go with his flow.
Yeah.
Whichever way he blow, go with it.
Yeah.
I've learned that.
Yeah.
Trust him.
Yeah.
Trust him in the wind.
You got to.
Trust him.
Listen. Not sitting over there talking to yourself. You the one who don't know the answer. Why you sitting there talking to
Consulting with yourself, don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing.
Don't know nothing.
Go figure it out. Read something, you know. So, but yeah, God is good. And I'm going to make you a rug, girl.
Okay, so we got to get to Kaneesha's handle, honey. First of all, she's an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
well, she just told me she can really make me a Reminisce brand.
I'm going to make you a Reminisce.
Okay, so she going to tell y'all where to find her, what she got going on, and how you can, you know, support and tap in. Give them your stuff. Tell them what you got going on.
Just if you want a rug, text her. She'll text me.
She making rugs.
No, I make my rugs. It's KET Threads.
Okay, KET Threads.
Yes, KET Threads. I make my little rugs. They're all homemade, handmade by me. And then I go ahead and I hook them up and stuff. I have to send you some stuff that I did.
Yes, please.
And but yeah, I had fun. The police officer, when I was becoming police officer, they said you need to find something for yourself to do. Yeah. You know, because you know, police work can get hard and all that kind of stuff. I said, all right, bet. So I did. I was watching YouTube and I was like, I was watching Facebook and I was like, I want to do it. Yeah, about stuff. And I did it.
And it's just that fast.
Yep.
Make your mind up and say, you know what, I'm going to try.
I'm going to do it.
Do it.
Listen,
That's what I'm doing, honey.
it's very important for us to learn how to fight our battles. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that God has been dealing with me. I've learned how to fight my battles. And it don't matter how it comes to me. I'll be like, all right, well, I already know from last time I need my helmet. I need my knife. I need my vest. Okay, all right, bet. So I put that on. And then when a new trial comes, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go get my flashlight too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you learn how to fight your battles.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just gotta go through and tell. And with the rugs and stuff, they said you need to figure out something. I was like, all right, bet, I'm gonna find something.
And you found something.
Bring it over here. And
yeah.
I'm over there making my rugs and everything.
I love that.
And I still coach basketball sometimes. And those are just my little things that I do for my little piece. So.
I love that.
But text her, and then she'll hit me.
Yeah, if y'all want a custom handmade.
Yes.
Rug.
Yes. That's what you could do.
I absolutely adore you.
Oh,
And I'm really grateful and I'm really honored that you would come here and just pour out.
Yes,
I thank you for that.
Oh,
I'm blessed for that. I prayed about this and you was an answered prayer coming through that door.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
It's very fun. You know, you make it real comfortable.
Okay.
The couch is comfortable too.
Sure.
Plus, I feel like I owed you since I had, like, you know, crossed you up a couple of times on the court.
Now, why are we going to the past? Reminisce. Fine.
No.
Fine.
But you was good. You was good.
I played basketball for a long time. People that don't know, miss it, still love it.
Yeah.
You have to get together and exercise, work out on the court.
I'm for it.
Okay.
I usually find my way. I'm a basketball always.
They just put a brand new one down here outside in the Crandall Park.
I'm not going no outside.
Okay. Oh.
I'm too old for that.
Oh.
I'm not scraping.
We ain't
not
getting the concrete.
I'm not scraping. Not in me.
We go to the Y.
We going inside.
Yeah, let's do it.
The Eugene.
I'm
Eugenia
Addison.
Yep.
Yeah.
She sounds great.
All right.
We can go down there to see her. I'm not.
We're gonna start us a girls open gym.
Yes. Let's do it. We actually going to actually do that. We about to start it down there for real.
I'm with it.
So
put me in there.
Because you know, when I had my basketball league back in the day, you know, but I'm about to start all that stuff up. One of these days.
Catch us on the court. And catch us here on Reminisce.
Yes.
This has been a beautiful episode. And if you don't remember, her name is Kaneesha Tensley. You can catch her. You find her. Search Reminisce. You're going to find her there. And I'm going to make sure that everything to find her rugs, whatever she's doing is on the bottom of this episode, y'all.
Yes.
I thank you.
No, thank you. You've been very great.
I'm so glad.
Nice. I'm proud of you.
I feel glad. Thanks. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
What a woman.
Listen.
She's something else. Y'all come back and see this. This has been a great episode of Reminisce. Peace.